What was I doing right there that was noticeable right away after about 8 bars? I changed dynamics, okay? I started playing my chord progression relatively soft. I was playing like this. Right? And I did that for about 8 measures, and then suddenly I hit my overdrive and I played much louder the second 8 bars. Okay, now what does that achieve? What is the effect of those huge contrasts in volume? What is the effect of that? It grabs your attention, okay? It could be the exact same chords that I played the first 8 bars and the second 8 bars, but the change in volume makes the interest and the excitement change radically on the second 8 bars. I have a pencil in my ear. However, that's what's good about music. You want to create excitement and drama in music, and that's a very important part of what makes music musical, and I'm talking about dynamics. So look over what I wrote on my board here. Dynamics. Dynamics refer to how loud or soft to play, okay? When a song or a piece of music is said to have great dynamics, it's referring, generally speaking, to the volume, the soft and the loud parts of the music. There's a wide range of dynamics in a piece of music if it's said to be very dynamic. And I personally feel like a band that doesn't play, or a group or a musician that doesn't play dynamically, is a little boring to listen to, because there's not those exciting highs and lows in volume that can create more interest in musicality. So dynamics, in my mind, make music more musical. Okay, so it's interesting to once you realize how important dynamics are, and when you really start paying attention to it in other kinds of music, you start to realize how perhaps you might not have ever been thinking about dynamics as a concept in your own music. So let's start thinking about that now. And there's two main volumes that you hear about when you talk about dynamics. You hear about something called these are terms that are associated originally with the Latin language or Italian, and the words sometimes seem a little confusing, but when you're talking about something that's soft in terms of the dynamic range, you would hear the term associated with that, piano. Okay? I know that might sound weird. It's not the instrument, but it means piano, soft. Okay? And when you hear something over here that's much louder, it's called forte. Okay, forte is loud. Okay, so we're going to want to use those terms, and I'm going to write those terms on our chart so that we can now incorporate dynamics into our rhythm guitar playing as well. Okay, so what I've got here on what I was kind of alluding to in my previous progression here was, let me put these down. Let me put this up here. I've got a little progression here that utilizes dynamics. Piano, throughout this whole section right here, it means to play soft. Okay, now it doesn't mean to play to the point where you can't be heard, but it means to be soft, and it's all relative to how loud the next section is, right? If you're really not very loud here, then the soft part has to be really soft. But if you're really loud in the loud section, then the soft part can be kind of medium soft. Okay? But we're going to kind of have a medium soft level and a medium loud level just to show you the difference. I just want to fix one thing here in my chart. This first section of my song was 3 times, and then we went on, and this next section of my song here was 3 times, and then we went on to the next section. Okay, now I'm going to have to also introduce one new chord today, because you probably have not seen me play an F chord in our any of our open string chords yet. I want to show you that right now. Okay, Now, it's a good time to introduce our first bar chord, but I'm going to show you that right now. So we have an E chord, right? Now, how do you make an E chord an F chord? Well, we know that if this is an E note, that's an F note right above it, right? So, but we don't really have a fingering for something that would involve that first finger, quite like that. But let's just watch something here. If I play E and I go up a half step with the whole form, kind of sounds cool just like that, doesn't it? That's not really what I want. But what happens when I'm playing the open E chord? The notes on the other side here are basically ringing through. Okay, so if I put my E chord up a half step and then I just replace the nut that would have been right here with my bar, my first finger, now I'm actually playing an F chord. Okay, and that's our first bar chord shape. Okay, and this is now going to be the F chord that we're going to play right up here. Okay, you might have already played this chord before. It's a very fundamental major chord, but I've only been talking about open string chords up till now. So this is our first bar chord, meaning bar chord, this part right here is the bar. Okay, so let's get back to our progression. We've got two sections. An A part, it's essentially soft, and because we're going to use dynamics, and that's what we're talking about now. And then we've got a B part that's essentially loud, okay? And that's what's going to, we're going to achieve that by our attack with our right hand and a little help from my little rat pedal here on my pedal board. But it's essentially coming from my right hand attack. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what it sounds like. And I'm going to play along. In terms of what you want to play along with your chords, I'm just going to let you choose something. But I think that with my beat right here, there's a kind of a nice rhythm in there that you could come up with maybe that would be appropriate, like this, kind of echoing the bass, maybe this kind of a thing. Right? So you hear what I was doing there? Right, I'm kind of following the bass, but I'm really trying to play softer and not lean into every attack the same way, because I'm trying to leave myself a place to go, which is the B section, to be loud. Okay, so we're talking about dynamics here. Okay, so when I get to the B section, I'm just going to really hit the guitar loud, strong, and I'm probably going to use this to help me do that. I'm going to use my distortion pedal. Very dynamically grabs your attention because suddenly it's super loud. In fact, it's so loud it's probably blowing out the microphone that it's recording to. So I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Okay, now just compare that to where I was at the beginning, though. So you're going to notice a big difference now, and I want you to do that at home with me. So get your set up your equipment and set up your amp so you've got some place to go up to, and also lighten your attack on the soft part. Okay, so here we go.